Welcome to Animania Chronicles, where we dive deep into the captivating worlds of anime, dissecting stories, unraveling characters, and sharing our passion for all things animated. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the highly anticipated finale of the Fruit of Grisaia, Part 6 of 6. This is where it all culminates, the epic conclusion to Rudy's journey and the resolution of all the threads we followed since the beginning. Part 5 left us with so many questions and emotions, and now we're here to see how it all wraps up. Join me as we explore the final episodes, discuss the character arcs, and uncover the series' ultimate revelations. Let's jump right in. She told her that she can't take anyone else with them because they're all ghouls at this point. As they walked through the forest, Kazuki told her that she'll show her everything, and as they arrived, she told her to take a look. Amane saw a lot of wood because they were in the forest, but screamed when she laid her eyes on a student uniform. So the teacher realized that someone was hiding there immediately. Kazuki pulled her to get away, and as she ran, she realized that all of them weren't eating deer. The teacher continued getting closer to them like he's straight out of Attack on Titan, but Kazuki turned around and slammed his face away with her backpack, knocking him unconscious. Amane wondered if she was dreaming, but Kazuki told her that it's better if they stop thinking of their friends like they're humans. Sakuma appeared before her eyes, but she told her that she's a lost cause because she was already on their side. So Kazuki began running away. This was the world they're living in, the rule of this life. But Amane collapsed and began crying. Kazuki tried to comfort her, reminding her that she promised to save her from this horrible world. Another girl was screaming to look for them, and they saw that all the girls had teamed up against them. Kazuki began trying to run away, but they were spotted. Amane tripped over a branch and couldn't stand up anymore, telling Kazuki to go on by herself. However, she gave her the backpack she was carrying and left her a map to see the path for escaping this forest. Amane wondered what she was planning on doing, but Kazuki promised that they're going to meet again one day and push her away, telling her not to look back no matter what happened. Amane started running away, and as she ran, she realized that Kazuki wasn't going to survive because she'll sacrifice herself for a cowardly act. When she turned around, she saw the way Kazuki was struggling, but she also saw her smile as if she told her not to worry about what's going to happen, but to live on. Without any idea how many days had passed, Amane kept trying to survive, but promised not to eat the sweets inside the backpack just in case Kazuki ever caught up with her and still wanted them. On a fateful day, however, it was as if she saw Kazuki's ghost along with all of her friends, and when she tried reaching out to them, she collapsed on the ground but heard and saw a car driving by. She had finally made it outside of the forest, and when she saw the cabbage patch in front of her, she began eating as much as she could and crying tears of joy. This was how she managed to survive all alone. When she returned to school, everyone began bullying and accusing her, thinking it's disgusting how she's living a normal life after the things she did. Every morning, she would wake up and throw up, and no amount of therapy helped her get through the guilt of being the only one that lived. But just then, the perfect man appeared to punish her for her sins, and she revealed that it was Yuji. She'd been keeping quiet about it this entire time, like a coward for sacrificing his sister, and she wished that she could become his sister to make up for the person she stole from his life. Yuji wondered if she's only been getting close to him out of guilt rather than affection. So Amane told him that he was right. However, as time went on and as she kept living for him, the sin inside of her started lightening, and she began really falling in love with him. But she told him that this is the worst outcome because now she can't ever be punished by giving her life for him, since it's everything she wishes for. That's why she decided to tell him everything that happened and say goodbye to him. She asked him if he would be able to use his sniper rifle to penetrate her body with his bullet shot. This was the only way she could be forgiven. So Yuji told her that he would take her life with his hands, but then he smacked her on the head. He told her that a girl who can't take a tap to the head is too weak to be asking for such things, and he told her to stop apologizing. After all, he only had one sister, so he told her to stop acting like one and wait while he thought about what to do. He realized that no matter the reason, she had fallen in love with him, so he told her to get up and declare that he would make things clear. Everyone lives with regrets, and the words "forget about it" are useless in the face of the deep regrets she's living through. He acknowledged that she was willing to offer her life for him, so he accepted, stating that for the rest of her life, Her punishment would be to live for his sake. He told her that he would become her king and god, and he wanted her to stay with him forever. If she ever disappeared, he'd hate her for the rest of his life. She hugged onto him, crying his name, but he told her she looked ugly when she cried. She begged him to let her cry on him, but he insisted she finish within 3 minutes. Take it or leave it, as it was the only way to save Amain. If he could accept her knowing her past, he'd hoped that one day she could forgive herself, but until then, he would keep giving her this punishment. When she calmed down, he asked her if she truly believed Kazuki had passed away, noting that her body had never been found, and if there's a chance, Kazuki could create 11 bodies from 10 people, similar to how she did with those carrots. While the idea may be far-fetched, there's a possibility of her being alive. From the backpack, she showed him the note Kazuki left about where to meet if things escalated, and they were separated. The following morning, Amain went off to buy some flowers for the graves, and a man approached Yuji, introducing himself as Sakashita, claiming he was a big fan of Amain because she was famous. The man mentioned he had big plans and walked away. When Amain returned, Yuji revealed he had just met a very creepy fan of hers, and they began driving away. As they walked to the site, Yuji asked Amain if she was fine, and she told him she's feeling a lot better since talking to him about it. Eventually, they arrived at the marked stone, and Yuji dug up a thermos container. When Amain opened it, she found a letter hidden inside and began reading it. The letter was addressed to her as Kazuki's friend. In the letter, Kazuki revealed that everyone had died of illness. Apparently, Hiroka's meat contained diseases that killed them all after they ate it. Amain was the only survivor because she never ate her friend, so Kazuki saw it as Hiroka's way of saving her for respecting her body. Kazuki knew that Amain was probably thanking her for risking her life, so as a request for saving her life, Kazuki asked her to help her brother if he was ever suffering. She described Yuji as a useless coward but insisted he was still her brother, and the only thing she regretted leaving this world for was to watch over him. She expressed hope that they would meet again if she was still alive, calling Amain the best friend she ever had as long as she lived. Amain wondered if this meant Kazuki could still be living, but Yuji didn't know either. However, he was certain the letter was definitely from his sister. The memorial site now had a path for where they could have gone, but Yuji told her that it's not like anyone could have known where to go. Amina got on her knees and confessed that she'll never get past this, so instead of apologizing, she promised to thank all of them from now on. But Yuji noticed that one of the names was Sakashita. When they started walking back to head home, Amina received a call from one of her friends along with Yuji, but they heard a creepy man's voice over the line. He said that he was the girl president's father, revealing that he's come to punish her. He made all the girls hand their phones over, but one of them left Yuji on the line for him to hear them. After he hung up, Yuji noticed his phone was still on, so he began driving home and requested support from JB and the rest of the agency. Amain wondered just what type of hitman Yuji was. Back at the school, the shooter saw cops sneaking around, so he began trying to shoot them down. The SWAT team surrounded the entire building, and Yuji finally arrived with Amain, but she was shocked to see the type of people Yuji actually worked with, remembering the dirty work he talked about. However, she was determined to save her friends. With the school having high walls and no tall buildings nearby, sniping was going to be extremely difficult, but Yuji knew of a single spot where he could lure him to the ventilation system in the bathroom. He said there was a lighthouse that was 900 meters away, but this was going to be their only option. She told him that he's only going to have a 10-centimeter field of vision, but he revealed that it was actually 15. When she heard those words, JP realized that he was the legendary person who shot the bandit from a kilometer away 4 years ago. It wasn't a Seiko, however, the only way they could lure him there would be if he uses the second urinal. But Yuji knew there was a Marine among the girls, so he was going to use her. While they all waited, Maki saw a blinking light coming from the lighthouse and realized that it was Morse code for destroying the right urinal. Immediately, Maki began pretending like she needed to go to the bathroom, but Mishru asked her to come along. Seichi told Yuji what just happened, and he thanked her while taking aim from the lighthouse. Inside the bathroom, she wondered how to break the urinal, but the man kicked Maki into Mishru, and she ended up falling on the toilet and breaking it with her head. Once he confirmed that it was destroyed, the man told Amain to hurry and get inside already. So when she was about to go inside, Yuji told her to bring as much water as she could and make the man drink. Eventually, she entered the room and tried giving the man some water, and after downing 4 bottles, he told her that his daughter was torn to pieces while she still goes walking around with her friends. He told her that the only way for her to repent would be to either shoot her or have all of her friends be shot. She told him to hurry up and let her friends go free. But when he got closer, the man knocked her head with the back of the gun and started throwing her around. The man wondered what she's been eating, and as Yuji heard her scream, his phone ran out of battery and turned off. He asked JB for the status, but none of them had any idea, so she asked him if they should infiltrate, but he told her that he's going to continue waiting. The man dragged her to have a tea party, but Yuji kept waiting. The creep shoved her into a stall and told her to wait. He walked up to the toilet. In that instant, the man fell from the pain of his shoulder being grazed, but Amin ran away with the gun. The cops entered the room, and the girls were all rescued. While he was getting dragged away after putting his sniper away, Yuji noticed the 10-centimeter field of vision he fired from and asked the Sako if he's gotten a little closer to her. He walked back to JB, who told them that they were all safe. The principal congratulated him on his hard work, but he told her that even if this school is ordinary, this is his school. He went to see all the girls who hugged him. That same day, a giant police ship was tailing an unidentified yacht, but a man came and shot the ship down along with the helicopter that was tailing it. It was at that moment that Yuji stopped telling JB his life story and received an instruction from the military commanders to complete a mission under Article 9. They reminded him that failure is not an option and rejecting this mission would be the same as treason. Yuji got into a prone position, aiming directly at his target. He heard the music box that Oslo used to play for him and the words that convinced him to become the man he is today. Yuji confirmed the target in his scope, however, he began realizing that this is the worst-case scenario. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vast realms of anime. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more thrilling reviews and discussions. Until next time, keep exploring the boundless wonders of anime with us.